Hey everyone, welcome back to John Odd. This is my review for episode 6 of season 10 of The Walking Dead that just aired. And I gotta say, this is way more of a slow burn than I thought it was if you watched my previous video. There were really 3 major plot lines going on in this episode. That was Eugene with the radio, talking to Stephanie from some mysterious community that we just don't know yet. There was Negan with his initiation at the Whisperers, trying to become closer to Alpha, subverting his way around Beta, and cracking a lot of jokes along the way. And of course, there's that Daryl and Carol stuff, where Carol is out there basically lying to Daryl about wanting to track the Whisperer horde. I think her real reason is actually related to Negan still. I thought that was going to be revealed in this episode, but I think this season is just taking its time, so this will be revealed a bit later. But basically, not a whole lot happens. Daryl and Carol capture a Whisperer. They plan on bringing him back to their camp, possibly back to Alexandria, but I think the Whisperer is just going to die. You can't have a Whisperer be a prisoner. There's probably going to be a scene where the Whisperer takes his own life just to maintain his respect to the Whisperer cause, that entire community. It's basically a subplot, this stuff wasn't in the comics, so it's a kind of thing that's going to be wrapped up and tucked away. And there was one more thing that happened in the episode, something to do with Rosita and Sadiq, which is one of the least interesting things amongst all of this stuff. Then it would be like Daryl and Carol, and of course on the very top you would have Negan. Eugene's storyline is pretty interesting. I wish I could turn on subtitles for his scenes, because I really don't know why they make him talk like that. On one side you can view it as endearing, but on the other side, what is he even saying? But at some point, Stephanie, the one he's been talking to, is going to reveal that she's part of the Commonwealth, I'm going to assume, and that's probably going to be at the later half of this season and not at the season premiere or something like that. This episode definitely was one of the funniest episodes that we've had in the past couple of seasons, mostly because of that montage with Negan and Beta, where Negan's like being forced to dig a hole. He's like cutting this piece off and hanging on a tree, and this is smaller than Beta's. Beta's is much larger and stuff. But I think Negan really did impress Alpha in this episode. So in the next couple episodes, they're going to get really close. Maybe even form a sort of relationship, as what was hinted at by Negan. Overall, I would say this is not an episode that you would want to miss. If anything, stay for the Eugene stuff and the Negan stuff. The Negan stuff is really what's pushing the story forward. And it's just really funny to watch Negan make a mockery of the Whisperers. We've already kind of abandoned the idea that the Whisperers are scary. I loved what they did when they were introduced. If you remember back when Jesus got killed by the Whisperers, he was attacked in this fog and this mist and had this like creepy music playing, and it's like, how are these zombies attacking and being intelligent? And there's so much mystery to that. Back when Eugene thought he was going crazy because he was hearing these Whisperers, these zombies at the time, talk. I loved that about the Whisperers. They've kind of abandoned that completely. And of course that's going to happen eventually if you want to have a conflict, if you're following the people that actively talk to the Whisperers. But it's kind of a shame that they basically seem like they're weaker than the Saviors were. After all, the Saviors had weapons, the Whisperers have nothing. They just have a disguise. They don't carry guns. So the more you know about them, the weaker they become. How many are there in a given horde, and where is that gigantic horde that they're carrying around? So all in all, I'd say this is a really enjoyable episode. The highlights are definitely the Negan stuff, some of the Daryl and Carol stuff, and Eugene. The Daryl and Carol stuff didn't really lead to so much. It wasn't exactly as important. I don't know what is going on with Rosita and Sadiq and the doctors, but this is what you get when there's not a lot of conflict. There's the problem with the Whisperers, but they're not fighting each other actively. And that's basically what happened. Post your predictions for the next week's episode in the comment section below. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more videos just like this, and thanks for watching.